So, as we're well aware, this is pre-recorded. I can't stream today. Originally, I had the day off, but I got called in to go to work. So, this video is on short notice, but it is actually a video that I wanted to do. And you may be wondering, why did you put Never Give Up in the title? That's pure clickbait. Actually, no, it is not. I am actually talking about a specific channel that is literally called Never Give Up. There are spaces between it. It's literally the entire sentence. This guy, essentially, he is, I want to say, more like my alternate ego. I'm not talking about Jared, but I'm talking about the way I used to be before I got my job and then started more being open towards change and different things. But essentially, this guy's channel is more along the lines of calling himself ugly, and I mean, the guy is not all that bad looking. There is plenty of worse looking people out there in appearance, and also in the inside part. The way that he talks about himself kind of makes it seem like he's in, like, I don't want to say deprived of something, but it's more along the lines of he feels lonely. Now, the weird part is this guy has 21,000 subs. He's got way more subs than me, which doesn't exactly matter. I don't know why I'm throwing that statistic out there. But he's got 21,000 subs, and he's got constant people trying to lift him up and be upbringing towards him. Well, some of the videos that he's made of late haven't necessarily been about him being ugly. He's started his own Discord channel talking about trying to get a community together. Now, in his very first video, he actually states there's a lot of people that call themselves ugly. I used to do this. And they're not all that bad looking. Well, I've come to terms I'm not bad looking. I'm just an idiot. So, I got that one going for me. But this guy, he's more along the lines of trying to look for advice. And to be honest, sometimes it's like he's looking for advice in all the wrong places, considering the internet can be ruthless. And that takes me back to the boss situation where he roasted me, I roasted him back. It was an entire thing. But anyways, if he even sees this video, thumbs up. But the main thing that I want to say about this guy in particular is he's got a lot more going on for him than he realizes. Yes, you're gaining traction by making these videos. Yes, there's more views on your videos than my entire feed and how many videos I've made, and a lot of other things. I'm just going to laugh at this because it makes me feel like an idiot. But anyways, this guy, he has a couple of things that he can do that would make himself look much better. A lot of people have suggested he start wearing different clothes, new haircut. My only suggestion is get a smaller hat because it's not that great floating in your hat. I know that from experience, but also I got a big head, because if you flatten down my hair, I can literally go like that. I mean, it's one of the few things that a person can change to their appearance that makes them look better. And I'm well aware I used to be in the same state he was. I felt lonely all the time, and then we know that entire situation last year. And then the entire response video that I made to that called I'm Happy for Her. And then it was just complete back and forth for me. Went from happy to and now we're starting this loop again, except for there's nobody in my life still. But I don't care. I'm happy right now. Leave me alone. But other than my cringe moments, this guy started his channel, Never Give Up, that is. Started his channel, I'm not entirely 100% sure about this. He can correct me, or somebody else can correct me if I'm wrong. But his very first video that I seen on his channel was uploaded January 25th of 2018. Now, he's got about a year of traction and over 800,000 views on his very first video, which is a lot more than I ever got in my first video. But The strange thing about him is it's the style that he's doing. It's the same style I do, which a lot of people hate about me, is because every time I go to do a video, if I don't like something, I scrap the entire video, and then I have to redo it again, which ends up resulting in it getting shorter and shorter and shorter because I try cutting corners. Now, this guy more or less does the same thing. He does everything in one take. Now, I'm not sure if he like scraps the entire video or not, but I've noticed none of his videos are edited thus far. He doesn't do too much with thumbnails, which I still don't do because I personally believe I'd rather actually have you guys see something that's happening in the actual thing itself, as opposed to me going, hey, look at this fancy thumbnail that I just clickbaited you with. Guess what? You get free Fortnite V-Bucks if you watch this video. That was determined a lie. And this is not meme review. I had to throw that one in. So, there's a lot of similarities between mine and his channel. He's more or less at the state that I used to be. And then I started doing the drama videos. That's when my channel started gaining traction. And that's when I started backpedaling because I had you guys there saying, hey, we're not exactly a fan of this content. Stop writing them. And that's exactly where the point I was getting to. Because I don't want to be riding on the coattails of those bigger YouTubers. I mean, the videos weren't all that fun to make. I was doing it for the views, which essentially is the wrong way to go about everything. Because once you start doing that, then your channel blows up and then it instantly takes a dive. Instead, now I'm doing what I want to do. Videos like this, videos like gaming, live streams, that sort of thing. Talking about gaming news, because those videos actually interest you guys. This guy has a fan base of people that want to help better his life, as well as better each other's lives. In the comment section, there's the odd few critics in his videos that are roasting him. I'm 90% sure this is already happening because as soon as you hit over 20,000 subs, there's going to be one or two people that are actually doing that. I've had my own share, and I'm not even that close to it. But main thing I want to say to him in particular is, you're not as ugly as you think. There's a lot of things that you can change. Mainly, you have to change your outlook on life. I mean, I had to do that and I had to learn it from experience, but it's one of the things that you just have to take with a grain of salt, especially when it comes to criticism. Now, not everybody's going to like you because they don't know you. If they're looking at your outward appearance, they're looking at the wrong part of you. If they're looking at what's on the inside of you, they're looking at the correct portion. Because really, if you're dating somebody just for their looks, you're dating them for the wrong reason. Because there's always going to be somebody you find more attractive than them. Oh my god, he's drop dead gorgeous! And then he's a complete douche on the inside. And then you have the other side. Oh, she's nice. And then she completes the cycle by being a complete psychopath. You understand what I'm saying? It's things like that. And it's something I've had to learn. I mean, there's a lot of people that like me, but I don't actually have an interest in them in particular. It's not because I'm trying to be a jerk. It's just because I'm more along the lines of trying to discover myself and define what I want to be. And a lot of people don't understand that entire concept, so they just literally go on a rampage, go, oh, it's your fault that I'm where I'm at, but really, it's because you're not open to changing. Some people change so much over a year, and some people don't even change at all. I mean, if you look at my videos back from right when I first started YouTube, actually, you can't look at these videos, by the way, so don't even try that. Back from when I was in high school, in grade 8, guaranteed you're going to see a lot of differences between me talking on camera now and me then. I don't think anybody has those videos banked. However, I used to do a lot of mobile gaming back then and a lot of strange videos of us high school students being stupid And that's what I enjoy doing back then. But as long as you're finding something you enjoy that's bettering yourself, don't let anybody stop you. Even if they call you ugly or fat at the gym, who cares? You're doing it for you, you're not doing it for them. It's just like elementary school and high school and any school you'll go to. You're going to have your fair share of people that do not like you, do not appreciate what you do, and overall just want to make your life a living nightmare. I would say the other word, but we are PG, so we are censoring that one. So, other than that, there's always going to be someone with criticism towards you. They're going to call you ugly, they're going to call you fat, they're going to call you anorexic, they're going to call you everything under the sun. There's a lot of words that I can't repeat. However, they're going to call you these things. And it's trying to make themselves feel good because everyone has their own little insecurity. You talk to somebody who's skinny, they'll say they're too fat. You talk to somebody who's overweight, they'll say something along the lines of, I'm lazy, or something like that. Everybody is their worst critique. Now, I myself, throughout high school, used to call myself ugly and a bunch of other things, and it was getting to the point where I just absolutely hated myself, to the point where I wanted to commit suicide multiple times. I didn't, and then I started calling myself a coward and a lot of other things that I should not have. But I found my own ways to deal with what was going around me in lots of different ways. I mainly found my best comfort in actually doing sports, because when I was on a team, it actually felt like I was a part of something better than I was, and that made me want to get better as a person and better for the team and actually feel like I was doing something positive with my life. Now, a lot of people will look at that and say, well, you could have just volunteered. Thing is, in Chetwynd, there wasn't much for volunteering. I did volunteer as a security guard for the 2018 Winter Games, and some parts of that I messed up majorly, mainly because I don't speak much Canadian French. My Francais is not all that great. I can carry a very small portion of a conversation with you and reply, but overall, apparently, if you ask me for the bathrooms, I'm going to direct you to another kin center. So, there's the idiot coming out. But that's the thing, though. I know this is a rather lengthy video, but I just wanted to say that about this channel in particular. I'm not taking any digs at him. I'm not taking any shots at him. I'm just saying I understand where he's coming from. This video randomly showed up in my recommended feed and I went, you know, somebody's talking about their experience from being ugly, but like I said, everyone's their own worst critique. If you look at my teeth, yeah, that's not my good side. This is my good side. And then I got one hillbilly tooth. I have a strange jaw. It's not a weak chin, but like my teeth, I have to push my chin forward just to get my teeth to actually connect to each other properly at the front, which normal people don't have to do, but I'm abnormal, so I have to do the stupid stuff. I'm aware I've got these flaws, but personally, I don't let it bother me. Just like the gray hair. A lot of people ask me, how'd you get the gray hair? You stick it in a light socket? Or are you born with it? No, I got it from being stressed. Gotta love being a teenager. So there's a lot of different things that are going to give people different criticism against themselves, and it'll be harsh on you, it'll be harsh on them, it'll be harsh on everyone, because you're going to put yourself down. Somebody tries bringing you up, you're going to push them right back down and try to get them to where you're level, and that's the wrong thing to do. But this guy's channel overall, he's more along the lines of he doesn't know what he wants yet. He's more wanting to discover what he is. He doesn't want to be lonely. He, in one of his videos, he actually wanted to have somebody pursue them. Well, pursue him in particular. I'm not saying that's the wrong thing to do. What I'm going to say about that is it's one of the things that it comes within due time. I mean, I've looked for love in all the wrong places. I've searched and searched and searched and did all this stupid stuff to try and do it. And by the time it's all said and done, it doesn't hurt anybody but yourself. I mean, everything comes in due time. After all, there is another YouTuber that I'm going to reference in this, which is called Squirmy and Grubs. Now, I'm not sure who is who in this relationship, but one of them actually has a medical condition and the other one does not. Now, if you looked at her and then pictured him, you wouldn't think the two were together. You would think they were friends. However, you would be very off. Now, what I'm saying is not everybody looks at the outward appearance. They care about what's on the inside, and what's in your heart is the only thing that should matter in life. It shouldn't matter if you're rich, poor, skinny, fat, young, stupid, dumb, old, or like me, being unintelligent right now, trying to think of more words to come out. But in the end, it doesn't really matter about that stuff, because in the end, we all return to the same thing. We just return to... I'm going to use a quote here. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We are essentially that. By the time it's all said and done and our lives are up, we all return to the same skeletal state, unless we are literally, like the reference is itself, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We will all turn to either ash or dust. We'll all be the same once we pass away. It's not a big mystery about that, but the thing is you have to understand where certain people are coming from. Most people, they either bully you because they like you, or they want to feel better about themselves because their own insecurity is really getting at them and they want to do something about it. So they want to make your life a living nightmare. I've been on both ends of this stick. It sucks, I know, but it's just one of the things that you got to deal with in life. And overall, what's the best way of phrasing this? Life is best lived not caring too much about what others think. Now, if others think to give you constructive criticism, take that into account. My channel in particular, you guys have given me lots of feedback about my channel. Callum Gaming, who changed his name to COD TV, I don't remember how long ago, he went and gave me the feedback of saying, hey, I'd rather prefer you use your Elgato and, well, use an Elgato and live stream off of that because it's way better than the PS4. I took that into account. I said, okay, that's one constructive criticism, and he prefers it this way. So I changed my formula to best fit what they wanted, because that's constructive criticism. And it works best that way, because you guys get happier with the videos. I get happier making them because you guys aren't giving me flack for doing something completely stupid and absurd to try and cut corners. And then we're going to Squid Shock, who used to be Squid Shock Gaming. I'd known him since I started my other channel, and he actually found me through a Banjo-Kazooie video, I believe. He could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's how long ago it was. However, he came over to this channel on the stream other day, and we were talking about things. And he remembers the good old days of us both making videos. I remember him making these Call of Duty videos, these pre-alpha ukulele videos of the sandbox, and him just having fun doing it. But that's the thing, though, is if you have a passion for something, go for it. Don't just sit there. If you're focused too much on being ugly, you're focusing on the wrong thing. What can I do to improve myself? What can I do to get to this level that I want to be at? And personally, there's a lot of people that fall in love with the concept of being in love. This feels like an AA meeting now. Hi, my name's Giratin. I just want to be loved. I'm sorry, I have to pass some of these jokes sometimes, but I'm an offender of this. Back in high school, that's all I cared about was feeling loved, being loved, that sort of thing. And then years later, I found out why my dad had his own issues, and that's the reason why he passed away, and that's the reason why I didn't feel love from my own father. However, I had to cope with that. I had to deal with it my own way. And it's not because I'm ugly. I mean, my family upstairs does roast me the odd time to time for still being single. And as much as I don't want to be in this house, it's one of the things I have to try and look as a positive in a whole. Because if I'm falling in love with the idea of being in love, I'm literally setting myself up to fail. I mean, right now I'm seeing love all around, and of course it's Valentine's Day coming up, so they're playing all the music about being together, being with that special somebody, traveling to go see them, and then there's Hey There Delilah and a bunch of other songs that are like but this has been going on in my life for, I want to say, a good portion now. Because this has been happening ever since October, that I've been seeing that. And a lot of people around me are in the lovey-dovey mood. So, it's not really saying, okay, well, you're in love with the idea. But it's more along the lines of saying, if you're going to do that, you're setting yourself up to fail. You gotta focus on you first, because how can you love somebody else if you don't love yourself? Now, I realize a lot of people on this channel will be like, how come this video's so long and he keeps repeating himself? Because I'm trying to make a point. The point is, this guy's channel is not a bad channel. The only thing I'm getting at is he has intervals where he uploads and then doesn't upload for like a good portion. Like, he uploaded, I think, like 5 times year one, and this time he's uploading again, and he's saying, my videos blew up, and now he's sitting at over 21k subs. No, the thing is people are in love with his personality. What do I mean by that? I mean people actually understand where he's coming from, because they feel the same way. They feel like they're not good enough for anybody else. I know I'm not good enough for anybody else, because I'm still being an idiot half the time. Whenever we go and do streams, I'm always saying something stupid. That's just my way of coping. Is because I'd rather make somebody's life better than my own and make somebody happier in the end than say, oh yeah, I lived my life happy and then pissed off everybody around me because I didn't care about them. No, I'd rather actually make you guys happy than sad and upset and that sort of thing. And that's kind of where I'm at. This guy wants to improve everybody else's life and say, hey, you don't look as bad as me. But the thing is taking shots at yourself like that is not exactly the best thing to do either. Because one day somebody's just going to literally take that as, I don't want to say it, but take that as gospel and then just spit that right back in your face. And then say, you're ugly, you're not worth anything, you're never going to find anybody, and that sort of thing. I've had that happen to me, and as much as it peeved me off, I was about to say the other one, but as much as that peeved me off, I've come to the terms of, yeah, they're right. When I was back then, my attitude was ugly. It wasn't good. My attitude since then has been getting better. With my job, I've gotten used to talking to a vast majority of people. Most people from other countries that speak other languages. I think the only one that I picked up right away on was the people that were from Germany that were asking questions at work and nobody knew how to answer them except for me. But the thing is, is everybody has their own uniqueness to them and their own idea of what they want to be, whether that idea be possible or actually be disillusional. By disillusional, I mean you're wishing that it would happen, but in reality, that wish may never happen. Like, for example, I wish I had $1 million so I could buy me a fur coat. If I had $1 million, that song would be in the trash. Because I don't plan on singing that entirely, mainly for copyright reasons, and I can't sing right now. But that's my main point, and I think this is where we're going to end this video, because I think I've made my point about him and his channel, and giving a little critique about that, and then telling him you're not all that bad. There's a couple of things that you could easily change on yourself that doesn't actually affect your personality at all. Because most people are like, she wants the alpha male, she doesn't want the beta. Well, what if I told you the beta and the pre-release are two different things? Because when you're released, chances are you're better than being your pre-release self. Because here, you're a jerk. Here, you're actually a nice person that everybody wants to talk to and meet and greet and that sort of thing. I used to be here, now I'm here. Congrats! That's where we're at on YouTube now. But anyways, I hope you're having a fantastic 2019. And if you're not, I hope it gets better for you sooner rather than later. Peace out, and I will see you all in the very next live stream tomorrow. Now, I hope this entire video cleared some things up, because I really want to make a video on this, and I think we'll make up a update video that's a little shorter than this one, because this one's almost 30 minutes. Holy bananas. But overall, I just wanted to get that out there and say there is a channel out there that if you're feeling ugly, go and take a look at it. Because once you understand where he's coming from, you can make yourself feel better and say, well, I see where he's coming from. I don't have it all that bad. I'm not saying he's bad, but I'm saying you in general can just look at it and then say, well, everybody's life could be better if we chose to have something to improve upon. But anyways, peace out. I'm going to go and figure out what I'm going to do until I get to work.